please welcome Brandon Birkmeyer.
So today we're going to do a little bit of a personal brand audit. Don't get worried, I'll walk you through that each step of the way. Personal branding, it's just reputation. Reputation is personal branding. The question is, what do people say about you, you've heard it before, when you're not in the room? Not to your face, that'd be easy, right? What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Think about that. This is something that's not out of your control. You get to inform what people take in. You can't control how they judge it, but you get to control and participate in that conversation. Now, today, we're going to talk a little bit about not just how you can do that, but how people in your organization can do that, how we can all be more than a resume. For myself, I spent 17 years at ad agencies before I started working for myself. And it wasn't until I worked for myself that I had an entrepreneurial hat on that I had to think about, how do I get clients? How do I represent myself? How do I be more than a resume? And I'll tell you, I was excited when I started working for myself. The idea of being my own boss, working from the beach maybe. I was very excited, but also very naive. 6 months into being a consultant, I realized I had built a resume, but I hadn't built a reputation. A resume is not a reputation. They are very different. What I didn't have was authority in my market, influence amongst my clients, and credibility to prove that I could do the things I said I could do. Like Winnie the Pooh here, I was feeling a little stuck. So why am I stuck? Why do any of us get stuck when trying to put ourselves out there, when it's us that we are promoting? Simple answer, fear. It's easy to talk about other people. It's a little harder to talk about ourselves, to be the center of attention. Now, analyzing this for myself, excuse the memes, I like to joke around sometimes. Analyzing this for myself and for others, I realized there's actually 3 types of reluctance that hold us back from truly stepping into the spotlight. Those 3 types of reluctance, the first one I like to describe as the I don't want to do it, right? The classic reluctance. You have real reasons for not wanting to do something. It's too hard, it takes too long, you're just not in the mood. These are fine reasons to hold you back from taking a different step. Second type of reluctance, let me think about it. Very guilty of this myself, analysis paralysis. I would love 6 months to do all the research so that me and my wife can decide which car are we going to buy, right? I can't just go and test drive. I need to do all the research online. That analysis paralysis kicks in, and you delay and delay and delay those decisions. That reluctance I like to call thoughtful indecision. The third type of reluctance I call agreeableness. This is the, why don't you just tell me? Let's all in this room today take a consensus of the best way forward. Works in some instances. In others, it really slows you down. Maybe today you needed to fill your cup. Maybe today you needed your idea put forward. All of this is something that's not unusual. We're all guilty of this, and it definitely has slowed me down in promoting myself as a personal brand. So how do we move forward? I like to think of this as the front and center mindset. A couple of simple things you can do every day to think about and audit yourself. Am I putting myself front and center? Front being, are you taking a leadership role? Are you trying something new? Are you stepping into taking some initiative? And center being, are you allowing yourself to be heard? Are you expressing yourself? Are you standing out and stepping into that spotlight? What is personal branding? Technically, it's not just reputation, it's the intentional shaping of your reputation. There's action there. You have to do a little bit of work on that. That word is new. Personal branding is not. The word came out in 1997 in an article in Fast Company magazine. And it was a response to this professional world a lot of us now work in and live in, this professional world of organizations. When you hold a position in an organization, you are filling a role. Especially in the corporate environment I was in, I was a slot on an org chart. Anyone know how that feels? To where someone's done that before you, and you've got to live up to those expectations, and someone can do it when you're gone. You are filling a role. You know what that means is that you are replaceable. So this article was a response to that feeling of, wow, we are all now filling roles. We're removing that individuality out of the job. So how do we put that back in? Well, the good news is it's up to us. It's up to us to step in and say, what value can I add on top of my role? And I'll give you 3 steps today with our time together. I call it the personal branding framework. It's create content, build community, make an impact. 3 simple actions every one of us can take every day. Think about, what am I doing to create content, build community, make an impact? I'll give you some examples in the form of memes, because again, keep it fun, right? Create content. What are you doing today to express yourself? How are you sharing your ideas with other people? There's lots of platforms out there to help you do this. Anyone can podcast, right? Not everyone should podcast. But you can. You could try it. Put something out there. See how it goes. Maybe podcasting isn't for you. Maybe you're more of a writer, or you like video, or you want to go live. Plenty of platforms out there to make this more accessible today than it has ever been for each of us and for the peoples in our organization. Second, build community. You're at a great event today. The time you take to meet other people starts today and doesn't end today. There's so many tools out there to help you not just find great events like this, put them on your calendar, but also to find great people at events like this, and then to follow up with them. And I don't mean just send a LinkedIn message that says, great meeting you. I mean, set up another time to talk to them and say, I'd like to get to know more about you than I could find out in those 30 seconds we spent together today. Lots of tools out there to help you do that too. And third, make an impact. We all know that it's peppermint latte season at Starbucks. Why do we know that? Because they tell us. It's December, it's all over the ads. When you're making an impact, people need to know how you help. So it's your job to express to them, this is how I help, and let them know that you're there. If they don't know, they can't ask for that help. So how are you each day figuring out how do you help people, and then how do you let them know about that? Plenty of tools. I use tools like Linktree when people find me to say, here are things I've already built that you can download and access. Here's a way to get a hold of me. I use tools like Canva, Loom, and ChatGPT to build resources. When I meet people, they say, oh, I've been working on this thing in personal branding, Brandon, I need your help. Oh, I've built a resource for that. So how are you making an impact? Little things you can build each day to help people. That's it. If you want to be front and center, 3 steps. Content, community, impact. Not just posting on social media. Actually thinking about in your daily lives, how can you affect the lives of other people? I'm Brandon Birkmeyer. That's my time today. Thank you.